Welcome everyone back to Music, Tech, and More. Today we're going to talk about the PlayStation Classic. Everybody's heard about it. It was kind of like a little sleeper during the last holidays. I know me personally, when I saw it up for pre-sale, I was like, all right, I'm excited. And then they announced the games that it was coming with, and I was like, wasn't excited anymore. And they also said that it was going to be $100. Yeah. So I didn't pre-order it. And kind of slept on it over the holidays and stuff like that. And then it kind of piqued my interest when I saw that all of a sudden it was on sale everywhere for $50. And I was like, $50 isn't a bad gamble, you know, to give it a test and see what's going on with it. PlayStation Classic. Only comes with 20 games. 20 games. That is it. The 20 games that are available. Now me, Metal Gear Solid, that was my favorite. I got a PlayStation. It was like, what? That was my favorite game, even still to this day. So when I saw that I was on there, I was like, $50 for PlayStation Classic. I'm willing to take that gamble. So I purchased it, and here it is. Now, one thing to take note, if you look at the box, what's that in the corner there? USB AC adapter not included. Now, I know most people have an adapter at home somewhere, that maybe even old ones from old cell phones, but it probably would have cost like 20 cents to include it in the box, so not very good, Sony. Not very good at all. So here she is, all nice and pretty and cute. Little small version of this. Check it out. It's got all the buttons on there. Even comes with 2 controllers. Check it out. No analog. I missed that. Definitely wish they would have included that with the controllers. But besides the console itself and 2 controllers, comes with an HDMI cord, an actual USB to power cable, but not the adapter to actually plug it into the wall. So you have to provide that yourself. But other than that, I know I looked at some of the reviews that I saw, some early ones, and a lot of people were complaining that the system itself was very laggy. When you click a button to go right, it would take like a half a second before it actually would turn. I know me personally, when I played it, I didn't experience any of that. It's definitely very interesting to see that, they didn't put a lot of time and thought into this. They kind of, just put it out there. I mean, even the emulator that runs on the actual system itself is an open emulator. It's not like something that Sony sat down and said, okay, let's come up with a nice emulator for this and make this happen. They just kind of used what was already done out there. But yeah, no, it's $50. What do you think? Me personally, I thought it was a pretty decent deal. You only get 20 games on the system. One of the things I did see out there, though, is that there's a way to, put a USB stick in there with some software that, happens to let you, load up some, not legal games, PlayStation games, so you can add more games to your library right on the Classic. So yeah, I honestly think it's a really good deal. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a classic, or do you think it belongs in the basket? You tell me. If you think about it, $50. You could just went out and just bought a Raspberry Pi for that amount of money. And then load your own emulators on there and your own games and stuff like that. But yeah, the Raspberry Pi would have been about $50, but then you would have had to gone out and bought the controllers, the USB controllers. So that would have been additional. The same thing with the case. If you wanted to do a case on it as well for your Raspberry Pi, that would have cost you probably like $50-$60 for a nice little PlayStation case. It all comes in there. You can load up ROMs. And from what I've seen in the development community, they plan on expanding this even more so you can add more things to it. But obviously, you know, that's not, you know, legal. So just put that out there. But you definitely get this very cool system. All for $50. So you get the system, 20 preloaded games, give you a little nostalgia, take you back to the days. 2 controllers, HDMI, power cable, but not the actual device itself to plug it into the wall. But me, I think it's a good deal. So kind of like the PlayStation Classic, this is actually a Raspberry Pi like I was mentioning before. If you could see, you know, you got the USB adapters in there and stuff. But by the time I bought the Raspberry Pi and this cool little case, it was about $80 or so. So if you really think about it, $50 for a cool little system with an emulator on there, controllers, and a cool little case to make it look nice. It's not a bad deal. Like to see your thoughts down below, to see what your thoughts are on this. I've been playing it for a little bit now, and I've honestly enjoyed it very much. So let me know what you think. If you're not subscribed, please just hit the subscribe button and the bell for the reminders. Talk to you later.